Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Mitsuboshi Colors episode 7. Let's go through this starting from the beginning. This was probably my favorite episode so far. I feel like most of the other episodes I've given pretty consistent scores. They've been great every single week. I absolutely loved the show. But this one, I guess, took it kind of a step up. I've always found the show funny. I've thought it's the funniest show this season. But really, this episode brought the comedy to a point. The comedy was actually really well thought out to a point where I was like, this is above and beyond the other episodes even. The comedy has gotten that good. But either way, let me start from the beginning. The opening with subtitles. The lyrics make me so happy. This opening is possibly one of my favorites for the season. There are so many good ones that I can't just say that one is my favorite, because there are always more that, I like them just as much, if not more. But yeah, the opening just makes me so happy. I always feel like singing along with it. It's just so good. Then Yui at the beginning, my Yui, with the Choo Choo Cabrilla song, just so adorable. She finds Kotowa and finds out that Kotowa ditched Sachan on the way home from school because Sachan was getting yelled at by the teachers for doing things that you would expect her to do, little deviant things. Mean Yui is the best thing ever when she takes Kotowa's game and is making fun of her being bad at video games. I felt bad for poor Kotowa, but Mean Yui was so cute. So they embark on Operation Garbage Collection because part of Sachan's punishment is to go fill the bag with garbage. And I love how their first stop, Saito is trash. I love it. And then the best joke, the joke that probably made me laugh the hardest in this episode, is when Saito was like, and if you brought a bag of me to your teacher, what would your teacher say? And Sachan thinks for a second and she's like, why'd you leave, or you kept him alive? So I loved that. That was the funniest bit. After that, they just decide to, work smarter, not harder, pour trash from an actual public trash can into the bag, and say, yay, we're done. After that, we have a cute candy scene, which leads us into, because Sachan was trying to be cool during the scene, she ends up smelling something and saying that something stinks in the park, so they go on a mission to figure out what it is. And again, another really funny part of this is when they were trying to find the thing that stinks, and Sachan falls, and she's like, I stink now. Did I wet myself from the impact? And that was, not only was that a funny line, but Yui's reactions in playing the straight man. Yui is the best straight man, where she was like, don't say that so calmly, or so casually. And then Sachan just repeats it in a very formal tone, and Yui's like, don't say it elegantly either. So that was great. They find out that it's stinky nuts, I guess ginkgo nuts? Is that what it was that they called them? So they start collecting them as rations because Yui says they can eat them. But then she's like, she looks on her phone and she's like, oh no, it says if you touch them it'll make you itchy. So they go and get a cotton glove power up, and once they've collected all the nuts, they use them to attack. Again, really hitting Saito hard this episode. They use them to attack Saito, make him and his police box stink. Then we have a Halloween special little piece of an episode, which Kotoha is great, so cute. But Yui is the best. Yui is the hero that we don't deserve, but she's the hero we need. Either way, we have the zombie game, and I love the way that all the people just went in with it and were like, okay, this is fun, and everybody just joined in. My favorite part of the whole thing, again, is this really one of the more, I guess in-depth parts of the comedy, where there are these little things going on throughout the exchange with all the different little side characters, just random people jumping in, and the way that Sachan is playing into the game and trying to make it a thing. Same with Kotoa. And then to have Yui and her being just the most earnest and kind kid, every time she sees the paper, has to run, strip down to her panties, and yell, what was it she had to yell? I'm feeling extra adventurous this year, something like that. And I love the best part of the whole chunk of the episode was when Yui's running around, has her eyes covered, and Sachan's like, oh, force field. But the best part, the entire thing, is when Kotoa has that realization and she pauses and looks back for a second with that look, and she's like, so she did the chant. I loved that realization for Kotoa. That was the funniest part. So yeah, and that's basically what happens. They get some candy for trick-or-treating after the zombie game is over. But this show was legitimately one of the most funny, one of the most funny anime I've seen in general. And it's definitely the funniest to me this season, even though there are a lot of really, really good ones. It's also, I'm going to say that it's the most heartwarming of the season, but I don't know, because there are a lot of other ones that tell really, really good heartwarming stories, but this one's up there for me. It tells really good, fun stories that aren't really dark or deep or anything, and I really enjoy that. The episode I absolutely loved. So yeah, like I said, the comedy was really smart and detailed. The show itself is very unique. It doesn't feel like any other show I've watched, and I really respect that. And of course, it's hilarious. Yeah, the character depth I always like to talk about is really, really nice, where it feels like still to this episode, we're seeing new sides to Yui and Sachan, Kotoa's personalities. We're seeing new sides to them, getting more development on their personalities. At the beginning, it was great to see Kotoa very emotive again, when Yui was making fun of her. And she sort of snaps out of her normal personality to be emotive. But either way, through all of that, I think it's really great that the characters are continuously showing us new things, but they haven't strayed from their core, who they are. They're not inconsistent. So yeah, I loved it, and I would even give it a very, very high score. Just a point above what I've given normally every other episode that I can think of. 9.5. I'm giving it 9.5 zombie bosses out of 10. So either way, I thought it was a great episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. But like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of the episode, and what you thought of my thoughts on it as well. Subscribe for more. Mitsuboshi Colors, much more on the channel, tons of other anime, manga, light novels, etc. If you want a link to our Discord server, ask and I'll give you one, or if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter as well, and we could talk there, or yeah, we could talk there. I could just keep you updated on stuff for the channel, because I always tweet out whenever I post a new video. So yeah, I think that covers everything. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed everything. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.